Hey, we're back and we're talking about immune system strength. And today we're going to be looking at the immune response. And then we'll get into some details about how this ties into oral tolerance. So, when it comes to our immune system, normally we will respond to an antigen. Right here in my diagram, my children earlier today asked me, "What is this?" Well, this is a picture of what goes on every day in our body. It's like basically a war or a battle that if a foreign thing comes in our body called an antigen, which is kind of short for antibody generating substance, and this could be almost anything: viruses, bacteria, undigested protein, etc. Then our body will kind of come and connect with it. Macrophages will basically, like almost a Pac-Man, start sampling this and see if it's good, bad, or what needs to happen here. So when this happens, when these two join together, this becomes an antigen presenting cell. And this starts the whole kind of immune response, especially if this is something that shouldn't be in the body. So unfortunately, when this is attached to this, it really doesn't have the ability to deal with this if this is something of a threat. So it calls for help. And specifically, the T helper cells will start organizing kind of the attack of the antigen. For one, the natural killer cells and the cytotoxic cells can be called to the scene. Unfortunately, they don't have very good vision, so they need help. So they also call the B cells, which this side over here is more the tagging. This side over here is more the killing side, the special forces side over here. So the B cells are what actually makes the antibodies that attach to the antigen, which that will signal the natural killers and cytotoxic cells to basically find the antigen. And this is really kind of important. Now, once this thing is dealt with, the T suppressor cells kind of tell the body, "Hey, it's over. Don't be destroying anything else." And this is an important step that needs to also happen. And there's a lot of things can go wrong in this whole process. For one, the natural killers or the cytotoxic cells can be underactive, which is not a good thing if you have like a viral infection, a tumor, cancer, etc. You want your immune system to find this thing and deal with it. Sometimes it can be overactive, and that's not a good thing either, especially either one of these. For example, the cytotoxic cells, if you have a celiac disease, it's very common that this will be overreactive, and this can cause a lot of inflammation and things like that. Now, sometimes the B cells can start tagging just random tissue that's not even necessarily bad, and this is kind of tied into autoimmunity and things like that. We can have too many antigens in the body, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a perfect balance that needs to be maintained to have immune system strength. So down here we see regulatory T cells. Now these are really important, and I wanted to present all this to kind of get to this point here. They're kind of balancing the body a little bit, the immune system, by inhibiting and stimulating the T suppressor and also the T helper cells, and really balancing both. What's called the Th1, Th2 nervous systems. It's basically a modulator of the immune system. So one of the things we can do to really boost immune system health is to make sure all these little steps are in place. And one that we're going to be looking at the next time I do a video is the T regulatory cells. How can we boost the function of these naturally? And there's some really simple things you can do to boost your T regulatory cells and therefore boost your immune system function. We'll get into that next time. Thanks.